always fun, crazy. It's painful, but it's wonderful. What is the name?
It's Rossi Unchained.
Mr. Rossi, has a National Hockey League team ever gone 82-0? Because with the start by the Wild, I think we are tracking.
How about a rope-a-dope, too? A rope-a-dope team, man. Let them fire away. What do we care? We got Gus the Bus. We don't care. You can shoot all you want to. We'll just go down and score a goal. But I like the fact, here's what I like. Several things. Gus is a great redemption story, isn't he? Is he not? I mean, he came in here, he took him to the playoffs one year. The next year, he couldn't stop a bowling ball, and they were stuck with him because they'd given him the contract. And weren't we at this time wondering, or not this time, but maybe when training camp started last year, if Wallstead was ready? How are they going to get rid of Gus, right? Wasn't that?
Yes.
They had to get rid of that.
They shopped him the previous offseason.
How are we going to get rid of Gus? He ended up playing most because Wallstead was having his problems, to say the least. And now he gets a 5-year contract, and which makes it 6, right? Because it's on the end of this one.
Correct.
So he's here for 6 years. And last night, I mean, he's here for 6 years, and we're lucky to have him at the price we got him, we're saying, because he took kind of a discount. So it's a phenomenal. The goalies, I've always kind of compared goalies with relief pitchers,
Yeah, they're exact same.
There's this guy, why there's been like 4 of them who are flawless, right? Dryden and, a couple other guys. And the rest of them are I always remember this Jake Allen from St. Louis.
God.
He comes up here and beats them in a playoff series by himself, beat the Wild. Basically, how far did he take that team, Judd? Did he take them through another series, too?
I don't think. I think they bowed. That was a Mike Yeo. That was Mike Yeo's Blues too. Yossi was there. I think they bowed out the next round.
DC coach. But what I'm saying is he was, and then the next year he was should have been out of the league. He was still riding the thing.
They sent him home at one point.
Yeah, right. So I mean, they're all crazy, but this guy, I talked, I've interviewed like 6 Wild players in the last 3 years or something. But when I interviewed him one day last year, what a nice guy too, Gustafson. I mean, just a good human being. Sits around and BS's. He's an easy guy to root for if you know him even a little bit. Am I right about that, Judd?
Yeah,
He seems like that.
He's a nice guy.
And does he stay here? Or does he go home? Does he go home in the summer?
He goes home. Sweden.
Yeah, they got kind of he goes looks at the water for 2 months or something.
Yes.
But
that's
anyway,
his goal in life. Yeah,
he was brilliant last night, and you know what else I like? I like that they're giving Rossi a chance for redemption by centering the center in the big line, right? What do you think? Is that going to work?
If they leave him alone, it will.
Yeah, if they don't paranoid every time he has a bad game, right?
Yeah. I mean, they shouldn't. They screwed up. Like they demoted him to the 4th line in the playoffs, and then tried to tell us that we were the ones making the story. It's like, no, you demoted him, not us.
Yes, yeah, you decided to stop playing him, and you also waited a long time to re-sign him, and he came back at your price. So the fact that he came back at their price probably helped him get another opportunity, right? If they were mad that they were paying him too much money, then he would have been a problem. But it's that if he can play some, that line could be unbelievable, couldn't it? I love Boldy, but
he's great.
Sometimes the fans get a little down on him. He might have one of those nights where he's not in there grinding. I always remember him from was Mankato, right? Knocked that BC team out. It wasn't us, right? It wasn't a bad team.
That knocked out Boldy.
Yeah, that knocked out Boldy, and I didn't see a lot of toughness out of the lad that night when I think it was Mankato, but Mankato's like got 26-year-old guys who are, they got these adults running into them, so that might add something to do it. But I mean, you know why you gotta like him? He gets you something you really like, goals. He's a great shooter, and but everything looked hunky dory last night, even with the once you get up, the other team's firing shots. That's okay. You don't care, but it's good. And now they got Saturday night. They have our guy Dean back here with the Columbuses. Are they any good? Do we know? What do we know about them?
They're okay.
They had that whole young bunch last year,
Yeah.
so they got a little older. They rebuilt supposedly last year, right? Rebuilt from not much, but after the car crash and the loss of Johnny Gaudreau and that whole deal, they went through a traumatic year. I mean, when they were here last year, right, for the opener, he'd only been dead for, like, the crash was only like a month earlier or something, right?
Yeah, it was fresh.
Right before the training camp started.
Exactly.
That was an unbelievable situation.
Speaking of Boston College, too, Pat, Boston College at Mariucci tonight. Gopher Hockey.
And they beat them, 3-1, 4-1 last night or something. I think we might have to look at Bob having a rebuilding year here because
they were lifeless last night, boys.
They lost everybody. Oh, is that right? I didn't get to see it, but because I was assuming it was a Friday-Saturday series, so I did not.
You weren't the only one.
But they didn't have the big crowd.
No.
Hey, you want to see something funny? There's a guy from Madison who covers the Badgers hockey. Was it Maluski? What's his name?
Todd.
Todd Maluski. They played the under-18 team yesterday. Did you see that on Twitter?
No.
They played the under-18 team. It wasn't on the season ticket. He showed us a shot of the arena. There couldn't have been 50 people there when the puck was getting ready to drop. It was, you get more for a 12-year-old scrimmage in every other place in the country. It was, Mike Hastings had to look around and say, boy, this might not be as good a job as I thought it was. So.
Pat, how about the playoffs last night? Phillies, this poor reliever, he's got all day to throw to first. I know. I mean, just a ball breaking. I think it would have been less painful if he would have given up a grand slam.
I do too. It was. He'll be in that town. That's to do that in front of that town. He'll be remembered for that gaffe forever, even though. The way the Phillies were swinging the bat, they would have got beat the next inning anyway. They were not. Schwarber was not doing anything. Harper was okay, and the Phillies just never played their game. But that was panic in the first magnitude. Because if he throws the first, he's got the guy by 10 feet, right? If he just picks it up and throws it to first, and. Certainly, Riamulto did not expect the ball to come home to him.
He's pointing. He was pointing at first.
Yeah. If the ball had if the ball had been thrown accurately home, he would have killed JT.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. It was. It was brutal. It was. But it's a game that the gaffes could become memorable. Really, I mean, like we're talking about hockey. It's harder to see the gaffes. It's going too fast and everything, but. Baseball has that nice field with the big field, and there you can see everything that's happening there. And the screw ups are just there to live in infamy
so
for
true.
Their sakes. So it's and that one will be that one. That in the current system and the way the Phillies were playing, it didn't cost them the World Series or anything, but it'll be remembered there forever. And there'll be some people, if he's still around there next year, who will be kind to him, but most people won't forget. They'll be taunting him unmercifully. So
that was that play though is like the picture that was taken. I don't know if it's from the press box or where, right? But it sort of broke down the whole thing, and Pages is like halfway down the first baseline, and Rio Multu is pointing towards first base.
Yeah.
It's like one of those baseball pictures that's so heartbreaking. It's perfection.
Yes. And as soon as you're a kid playing baseball, that is going to get it out someplace, that you're trying to get some out. So 11, 12 years. I mean, the other guys just forget about it when they're trying to play the game, when they're little, you'll look out there and there'll be one kid paying attention and the others will be playing with worms or some damn thing. But once you get old enough, the first thing that somebody should be telling you is, if you're in the field, every before every pitch, you have to have the thought, what am I going to do with the ball's
Right.
hit to me here? What's the situation? I don't think if he thought that, it left his mind. That's for sure. He never dealt it. Where's he from? Is he? I thought he was a Latin guy, but his name is not Latin. Kilkenny, so whatever it
Orin, is it Kirkering?
Kirkering. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, where's he from? He's
I believe, is this true? He is uh is he the Phillies all-time leader among relievers for strikeouts? That can't be true. Is Google lying to me? Is
Yes.
Google lying to me? No,
Yes.
that's not true.
He's only 24.
Yeah, he's 24.
Hey, you know what I've discovered about Google, boys, in this AI era, where the first thing you get when you log on, when you search for an answer is AI's answer.
Yeah.
They are not accurate as not
They
accurate
struggle.
at all. They are.
Yes.
They are. But what are they? What is that? Are they pay? Is it just a special Google Eye thing or AI thing, or is
Who
somebody
knows?
Yeah.
paying for this? Or
We don't
not?
know.
It's incredible. We don't know, but we of course we're all still happy that the. I would rather. I hate to say this, but I would rather see the Dodgers lose than the Yankees. I think
I agree with
because
that.
the Yankees
Oh,
were much more flawed. They spent a lot of money, a huge amount of money, but they're not making a farce out of the game by spending 500 and some $1 million.
I am so. I mean, I wanted the Yankees to beat the Red Sox. This idea that the Red Sox are still like this underdog and like we're always like I'm so sick of Boston. And if I see, by the way, one more documentary about the '04, we're getting a new one every other year.
Yes,
We know what
I saw-
happened. We know what happened. What is new that we don't know about
I
this?
ran across one of those again about a week ago. I just ran across it because the original one, the first one they did was great,
Yeah.
But
Yes.
But I said, wait a minute. This isn't the same one. This is a different one. Everybody.
There's a new one.
Well, but the thing about their precious is every New England TV producer person thinks, that was a decisive moment in their lives. So they all have to. My favorite character of that ilk was Doris Goodwin. Remember Doris?
Yeah.
Doris was always in the Ken Burns thing. And Doris, when they had in the baseball series, early on, there's Doris telling us about the Dodgers moving to LA was the most traumatic event of her life. And then a few years, then 20 years later, the Red Sox losing in, is 76 or whatever, 5 that year was the true one. What happened? Yeah, I know the Dodgers moved to Brooklyn, but Doris 20 years later, Ken came back and owed Doris a teaching down in that area or something. It was the most traumatic event of her life. I was, Doris made a living at but the Red Sox. They are a little precious, Declan, but having been at the '86 series and covering it, it is one of the great events that I've ever had a chance I mean, I got to cover the Twins winning 2 World Series. That's pretty damn good. But the best World Series I ever covered for writing was the '86. It was unbelievable.
Well, and the kid screwed up last night in what? The division series, right?
Yes, yeah. So it's a
Buckner had
lot.
the ball go through his legs
Yes,
with the Red Sox on the precipice of winning their first World Series since what, 1916 at the time or something like that?
yeah, yes. And it was I have said this in the past. The only time I ever rooted for a rain out was Game 7 in '86 because '86 it ended after midnight. Like back here it was well Hendu's home run in the top of the ninth hit the clock when it read 11:59. So I don't know when we played 2 more innings or something after that. So whatever time it was. So you never really had a chance to write about that one. So I rooted for the rain out. But some of the leftover stuff from the Boston side of that thing and the fans about. I think my favorite story was Rich Gedman's wife was a New Englander, right? She grew up with the Red Sox, and all the wives are up and blowing their whistles and celebrating that they're going to win the World Series. And she's down there in the seats with her head down, like praying the rosary or some damn thing, because she knows, as a New Englander. But that's true. Now that's 40 years ago. We could move on. You're right about the quaint little Red Sox. And by the way, Fenway is certainly unique, but Wrigley is so much of a better ballpark than Fenway. That's not even close. Fenway is a dump, and so that's another difference too. How badly do you think the network officials are rooting for the Cubs here to advance, and not the feisty, plucky Brewers?
Very badly.
Yes, because that's what that's probably if they go to advance, that's probably at least a 50% boost in the ratings. Wouldn't you say the Cubs maybe 100%? I mean, the Brewers are a great story. They're plucky, but America doesn't give a damn.
Yeah.
But they like the Cubs. Everybody loves the Cubs. You still a Cubby at heart there, Judd, or don't you
Not as
care?
much as I used to be. I still like him okay, but yeah, it's
Well,
not like the old days. Once
well,
Harry died, it became tougher.
well, and Declan just made the best point ever. There's still 2 rounds to go.
Yeah,
It's the baseball.
true.
The unique because the baseball is when you had 4 teams, when you had 2 teams advancing when I was a kid, and then when you had 4 teams, that it all meant something. But great moments in the wild card series when you still have to win 11 more games is not exactly
And
the same as it used to be.
and champagne celebrations after every round, including
I
clinching
know.
the clinching a playoff berth, to me is an abuse of alcohol.
I agree with you. I think they should have firm and hearty handshakes after at least the first 2 rounds, right? If you want to jump around a little after you advance to the World Series,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
okay.
But
That's
like, what are the
okay.
Dodgers doing? Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
expected to go that far.
Dodgers, yes. You know, the the 2000 what was our year of the we had the great team and got beat by the A's in the first round. The
Oh
oh
six,
06,
Six.
yeah.
oh six.
That was a great team. That was a great Twins
Yep.
team. But you know what they did? They celebrated twice for the regular season. They celebrated on Friday and they did it Sunday,
Yeah,
again Sunday, and then they kicked off at noon on Tuesday.
yeah,
And Johan got beaten. That was it. It was over.
yeah.
What a bunch of idiots!
Act like you belong there.
Yes,
Not like, you don't need to be
I don't
popping
know.
champagne.
I don't know how my man Gardy let him get away with that second celebration. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. Or and then now the other thing too, Judd, is the regular season champagne
That's what I'm saying.
or celebration when
Yeah.
you're one of the 12 to
Yeah.
make. Yeah, And we make we know we're in on September 16th, with 2 weeks to go, and we have to celebrate.
There's no other sport, right?
Yeah.
With a multiple playoff, football, hockey, basketball, nobody else celebrates, right?
What do the NHLers do after they grind? They grind like maniacs.
They might go to the bar and have 18 beers, but they don't
Yeah.
splash them around the locker room.
7-game series. They don't. They shake hands out
Yep.
on the center ice, and they leave, and they go in the locker room and they collapse from exhaustion, and they got 3 rounds left.
Exactly.
They bring the blood transfusions.
Exactly. All right, Patrick. We will talk to you. I'll talk to you on Tuesday.
All right. We'll see you. Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you, Pat. Rossi Unchained here on Score North.